Are you still determined not to write anything about the new district attorney? He has the resigned expression of someone who is obliged to ask the same old question yet again, but has no expectation of receiving a different answer, and rightly so. I sure am. You know that Amalia's my best friend. I could never write articles about her and her partner. He gives a resigned sigh. Okay, sure. I get it. But it would have been a great opportunity for you to start writing about new things and moving your career forward. Pretty soon, you're going to be too old to party all night and write about where to get the best cocktails in Manhattan, he points out, trying to put it as gently as possible. Hey, whatever you might think, I can assure you that my readers are way more interested in drinks and parties than they are in Middle Eastern affairs, I reply. And unfortunately, we both know I'm right. Well, that ought to tell you something about the world we're living in, he replies, sounding disheartened. A journalist isn't supposed to judge. A journalist's duty is to simply tell the truth and allow the readers to make up their own minds. It was you who taught me that, I remind him. He shakes his head again. You really are a piece of work. I hope that he means it in an affectionate way, but I'm not 100% sure he does. So anyway, since you can't write about the city's politicians, what would you say to going on an assignment? He asks. My ears perk up and I start listening with more attention. Roger has never sent me anywhere before, even though I've asked him often enough. The furthest I've been was a theater out in Queens, the Westchester, and I don't really think that qualifies as an assignment. I would certainly say that it's a possibility, I reply in a cautious voice. My expression, though, must reveal all my enthusiasm, even if I am doing my damnedest to hide it. Now he knows that he's got me where he wants me. Great, so you're leaving. Hold on a minute. You haven't told me anything about the job yet. I'm not saying yes until I'm sure that you're not just trying to get rid of me by sending me thousands of miles away to investigate the slave trade or something. So please, tell me what this is about first. I'm very proud of myself for actually managing to fake a bit of reluctance. He stares at me. The slave trade? Where the hell do you get these weird ideas? Even if I was planning to commission something about stuff like that, do you think I'd assign the job to someone who's only ever reviewed bars and clubs? He says, then laughs out loud for a very long time. I glare at him. Hey, don't put me down. Not many other journalists have the experience I've accumulated in my years in the field, I reply proudly. Okay, but don't you want to start accumulating some experience in other fields? Maybe get some bigger thrills than just hitting on guys in bars. He's making fun of me, the asshole. I give him an offended look. Of course I want to change, but I don't want to give up men. I like that part of my life. That's all I needed to hear. The job is yours, he exclaims cheerfully. I can't believe I've fallen into another of his traps. I stare at him with a discouraged expression. So, where are you sending me then? To Arkansas, he says, as if it was perfectly normal. I open my eyes wide in panic. No, not to Arkansas, please. I'm all set to get down on my knees and beg. My sadist of a boss is actually looking amused by my desperate reaction. What the hell are you getting so worked up about going to Arkansas for? It's hardly the far west. And isn't it where you were born anyway? He asks as he scratches his chin. That's the point. I know the place well enough, and I hate the countryside. Can you imagine me living out in the boondocks? I need to see the crowds in the street and smell the awful stink of the underground. It's reassuring, I say. Hey, as far as I'm concerned, everybody is entitled to their own weirdness. Girl, you are out of your mind. Well, I think that spending a few months in the countryside can only be good for your health. Months? Did you say months? My voice is starting to get a little loud, but Roger doesn't seem to have noticed. I have a fantastic project in mind, and you're going to love it, he explains. But to avoid raising suspicion, I need someone local to take care of it. I am not local. My mother and I got the hell away from there when I was only 5, I say imploringly, trying to get him to change his mind. Don't you have an aunt who still lives there? He asks innocently. Never, and I really do mean never, ever speak to your boss about your family. Sooner or later, they will use all the information they've managed to gather against you.